Here's one of my favorite books called Why. It gives you kind of a silly answer and then a real answer. So here's a little introduction. Some of the answers to the questions in this book are silly, some are sensible, and some are scientific. Those are the ones marked with an asterisk or star. But feel free to make up some questions, some answers, and some animals of your own. They can be silly or serious, whichever you'd like. So here's the question. Why do hyenas laugh? Any guesses? Well, because they have a screw loose. Because they're childish. I don't know. It tickles to walk barefoot on the grass. But the real answer, they don't. But when excited or when being attacked, a spotted hyena will make a giggling noise that sounds like a person laughing. Even though hyenas are primarily predators, they kill their own food. They also like each other's animals' leftovers, such as bones, hooves, and fur. Next question. Why are zebras striped? Because zebras are horses wearing pajamas. Because their mamas are striped too. They escaped from a prison. Because they can't decide whether to be black or white. But the real answer is every zebra has a different or unique stripe pattern, just as every person has a different and unique fingerprint. Their stripes can be used to tell them apart, but many believe scientists believe their stripes also help to confuse predators. Next question, why do whales spout water? It's their runny noses. They always have colds. To wash the clouds. They're watering the seagrass, just for fun. But the real answer is whales don't spout water, but from a distance it might look as if they do. When whales go underwater, they hold their breath, and when they come to the surface of the water, they blow the moist air out their nose. The blowhole is on the top of their head. Scientists can sometimes tell the type of whale by the size and shape of its mist. Why do rhinos have horns on their noses? To follow their noses, so they can anchor themselves when they sneeze, so we can grab them if we want to run away. They wouldn't grow anywhere else. See where they picture them growing? The real answer is rhinoceros use their horns for fighting and for protection. Some species of rhinos have one horn and some have two. The rhino is not as tough as it looks. Rhinos can't sweat and their skin doesn't protect them from insects. Wallowing in the mud cools them off and keeps the bugs away. This is a good one even for your parents. See if they know the answer to this. Why do camels have humps? Many people think they store water in them. Do you think that that's true? Do your parents think that's true? Let's find out what's really the answer. To confuse their riders. They didn't sit up straight when they were little. They aren't humps, they're sand dunes that camels carry across the desert. Out of habit. But the real answer is camels are perfectly suited for life in the desert. They store fat in their humps for times when food and water are scarce. The hump is able to provide energy for up to a week. So it does have to do with water. They don't have enough water, so they store fat as a food source. Why do crocodiles cry? They cry when they're sleepy. They're afraid of water because nobody wants to play with them. But the real answer is crocodiles are not sad and they don't really cry, but they do like to lie in the sun. Their eyes can dry out when they are not in the water, and the tears help to keep their eyes wet and comfortable. Why do giraffes have long necks? Because they swallowed uncooked spaghetti. They like having their heads in the clouds. Because their bodies are slower. I have no idea. And the real answer is thanks to both their long necks and long tongues, giraffes can eat their favorite thorny acacia leaves when they grow high above the grasslands. Their keen eyesight together with their height also make it easier to spot predators lurking far away. Why do kangaroos have pouches? To hide their belly buttons. Because. To put their toys in it. So they don't lose their babies when they jump. The real answer, only female kangaroos have pouches, places for their babies to finish growing. When baby kangaroos, called joeys, are born, they're very tiny, about the size and weight of a jelly bean. The joey stays in its mother's pouch, drinking her milk for many months, before it's big enough to venture out and eat the plants and grasses that grown-up kangaroos enjoy. Why do hippos yawn? They're sunning their teeth. Who knows? So the doctor can check their tonsils? They're bored. When hippos open their mouths wide, it looks like they're yawning, but really, they're challenging someone to a fight. Hippos might seem slow and gentle, but they can be very aggressive, very dangerous, and very fast. They feed mostly at night, coming on land to eat plants and grasses. In one night, a hippo can eat up to 100 pounds of grass. Wow. Why do lions have manes? To know where their head is. Because they eat the barbers who try to trim their hair. To show off. So they aren't mistaken for cows. But the real answer, manes help to make lions look bigger, stronger, and scarier. Manes also protect the lions' necks during fights. Only male lions have manes which start to grow when they're about 2 years old. Why don't snakes have legs? They don't have to play football because they hate cutting their toenails. So they don't have to fall down. But the real answer, they forgot to grow them. That's not the real answer. The real answer is snakes don't need legs. They are able to use their muscles and spine to slide along on their bellies in an S-shaped pattern. Some kinds of snakes do have barely visible vestigial legs, though, which are non-functioning, meaning they don't work. Why do walruses have mustaches? To tickle their babies, to look handsome, to hide their big mouths. They don't know how to shave. But the real answer is walruses' mustaches, really their whiskers, come in very handy. Walruses spend a lot of time at the bottom of the ocean hunting for mussels and clams. Because it's dark at the bottom, the walruses use their whiskers to comb the mud, gravel, and sand for their food. Why do some monkeys have tails? To have a swinging time. They like loose ends. To be different. To tie themselves to trees on windy days. Well, that makes sense. The real answer is New World monkeys from Mexico, Central America, and South America have prehensile tails. Tails that can grab and hold things. Old World monkeys living in Asia, the Middle East, and Africa use their tails mostly for balance. Why do elephants have trunks? To trumpet their goodbyes, to store snot. No reason, because they're nosy. The real reason is an elephant's trunk is its nose, but it does much more than smell. It's also used for drinking, actually blowing water into the mouth, communicating, feeding, fighting, touching, lifting, greeting, throwing, dust, and just about anything else you can think of. It is both strong enough to push down trees and nimble enough to pick up a single piece of straw. And that is the end of our book. I don't like any of the animals. And if you notice, some of these animals got a little mixed up. So here we have a giraffe and a camel. Which other ones do you see are mixed up? Oh, down here we have a monka-lion. See any more? Here we have a snakearoo and a lionoceros right here. Have fun creating your new and original creature or plant. Bye.